You keep letting people's opinions hold you hostage. You are sitting on ideas, dreams, plans, all because of what someone might think. The truth is, most of them won't think at all. They'll scroll right past your life while you are stuck in fear of their judgment. That's not living. That's surviving someone else's expectations. Half the time, the people you're worried about are too busy trying to look like they have got it together. And the other half, they are afraid you will succeed and make them uncomfortable. You can't let that stop you. You have got rent, bills to clear, a legacy to build, none of which is covered by their opinions. You are wasting energy worrying about people who aren't adding any value to your mission. They are not in the gym with you. They are not praying with you. They are not hustling with you. So why do they have such a loud voice in your head? You have got to turn that volume down and turn your focus up. The truth is, you could do everything right and they still have something to say. You could sacrifice, give, and stay humble, and someone would still find fault. That's why you stop doing it for them. You do it for the calling in you. You do it because God gave you a vision, not a committee. You don't need applause. You need results. You don't need to be liked. You need to be respected. And respect starts with self-respect. If you respect your grind, your own time, your process, you'll stop caring what they think. You'll start living by your standards. Some folks won't support you until it's popular. Some won't believe until they see the finish line. And that's fine. Let them catch up later. You are not responsible for their understanding. You are responsible for your obedience to your purpose. You were not created to live under someone else's opinions. You were created to lead with boldness, to walk in your truth, to build what they can't even imagine. You have been too accessible to people who don't deserve your presence. You answer every call, respond to every message, and show up for people who wouldn't blink if you went missing. That's not love. That's people-pleasing. That's fear of being misunderstood, and it's draining you. You have got to start realizing your energy is currency. Every time you give it to the wrong person, you bankrupt your peace. Some folks don't come to add, they come to drain. They want to be close to your fire, but don't want to carry wood. They love the light, but not the labor. You are not God. You are not a fixer. You are not a therapist for the emotionally unavailable. Your job is not to rescue everyone at your own expense. You can't fly with dead weight tied to your wings. You have got to cut access to keep elevation. You need boundaries, not because you are bitter, but because you are building. Builders don't have time for distractions. Builders don't explain the blueprints to people who only want to criticize the design. Builders don't open the door for people who keep bringing confusion inside. You have been confusing loyalty with obligation. You think because they were there before, they should still be here now. But some folks were part of a past season, not your next. Growth requires a separation. Sometimes God removes people to clear your path. Your circle should challenge you, elevate you, and inspire you. If it's draining you, you are in the wrong room. If you feel small every time they come around, it's time to stop inviting them. You are not meant to say no. You are mature for protecting your progress. Not everyone deserves access to your time, your space, your dreams, your prayers. You are not a community center. You are a temple being built daily. Every time something doesn't work out, you start thinking you are the problem. That's not the truth. What you are facing is not failure, it's feedback. You are collecting lessons. You are learning what the blueprint looks like for your destiny. That's growth, not defeat. We've been taught to fear failure like it's a death sentence. A failure is just a redirection. It's life saying, that wasn't the path. Let me show you another one. And if you are listening, you'll hear the lesson. You'll feel the shift. You'll know the next move. You have got to stop beating yourself up for what didn't work. Start asking better questions. What did I learn? What can I improve? What did that teach me about myself? Self-awareness grows every time you stumble. Wisdom increases when you reflect. Some of the most successful people fail big, over and over, but they didn't let it label them. They let it teach them. And that's what you have got to do. Wear those scars like badges. They show that you tried. They show that you are in the game. There's a difference between failing and quitting. Failing means you tried. Quitting means you gave up. And as long as you're still breathing, still dreaming, trying, you haven't quit. You're just in the middle of a lesson. Nobody great became great without falling. They just got up more times than they failed. And that's the only formula you need. Fall, get up, adjust. Go again and again and again until the breakthrough comes. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are building something real. And real takes time. You have been trained to be polite at your own expense, taught to be nice instead of honest. But kindness isn't the same as self-sacrifice. You can say no and still be kind. You can set boundaries and still have compassion. The two are not enemies. When you say yes to everyone, you become resentful. You start giving from an empty cup. You start showing up angry, tired, and fake. That's not love, that's survival. And your soul can feel the weight of that fake yes every single time. You have got to permit yourself to disappoint people, to let them down if it means standing up for yourself. Because real love respects boundaries. Real friends won't guilt trip you for choosing your well-being. Real support doesn't require self-abandonment. Start practicing the word no without a paragraph. You don't need to defend your peace. You don't need to explain your healing. A simple I care is enough. A not this time is enough. You are enough, with or without their approval. You are not rejecting them. You are choosing you. You are choosing the time to rest, time to grow, time to listen to your own heart. That's not selfish. That's sacred. Your no is not an insult. It's a declaration of self-respect. If you don't protect your own time, no one else will. If you don't honor your own space, people will walk all over it. You are not on this earth to entertain people. You are not here to impress strangers who don't even know what it took for you to get out of bed this morning. But that's what it starts to feel like, doesn't it? Like you're living on a stage, acting out a script that wasn't even written by you. You smile when you want to cry. You say, I'm good when your soul is breaking. That's not a strength, that's survival with makeup on. You don't have to post every win. You don't have to prove you are happy. You don't have to wear your success like a badge to convince people you are doing okay. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is sit in silence and give yourself space to be real. This pressure to perform is stealing your peace. You are chasing applause from people who don't even clap for themselves. When you start living for likes, you'll forget what it feels like to live for purpose. When you start filtering your life for validation, you lose the unfiltered beauty of growth. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You don't need to be polished to be worth something. The mess in your journey is part of what makes it meaningful. Let them see the real, not the rehearsed. Stop waiting until everything's Instagram worthy to live your life. Joy doesn't come with perfect lighting. Growth doesn't happen with a ring light in your face. Real progress is ugly sometimes. It's crying at 2 a.m. It's doubting yourself at 10 a.m. It's starting over at 3 p.m. And none of that looks pretty, but it's what builds your real self. You weren't created to perform. You were created to become. And becoming takes breaking. Becoming takes silence. Becoming takes walking away from the audience and choosing to go backstage and heal. You owe no one an explanation for doing what's best for your soul. Your healing doesn't need their approval to be valid. This world will try to sell you a version of success that's loud, flashy, and hollow. But success is peace. Success is waking up and not pretending. Success is living without needing a stage. You don't have to be an actor in your own life. You don't have to sell happiness to people just so they think you are doing well. Your value doesn't increase with applause. You can take the mask off now. You can breathe again. You don't have to perform anymore. There's an image you have been trying to keep up and it's killing you inside. The version of you that's always okay, always strong, always smiling, always successful. You have built this picture-perfect mask for the world, and now you are trapped behind it. And the worst part is, nobody even asked you to do it. You just thought it was the only way people would accept you. You have spent so much time shaping how others see you that you forgot how to see yourself. You dress a certain way, speak a certain way, move a certain way, all to fit into an idea of who you are supposed to be. And deep down, you are exhausted. You are tired of pretending. You are tired of living a lie that looks like the truth. You are tired of smiling for cameras while crying off screen. The truth is, people don't connect with perfection. They connect with real. They connect with pain, with vulnerability, with the raw, unedited moments. And the moment you drop the image, you open the door to connection. The moment you stop performing, you start healing. The image may have gotten you attention, but it didn't give you peace. You are allowed to stop curating and start living. You are not your career. You are not your income. You are not your followers or your fashion or your car. You are not the filtered highlight reel. You are a human being, not a brand. And when you let go of the image, you make space for the truth of who you are, where you are hurting, and where you are trying to grow. That's the real flex. Being fully human in a world full of copies. Extra, it means you are living by truth instead of trend. And truth always lasts longer than performance. Truth keeps you free even when the spotlight is gone. People will talk no matter what. If you fail, they'll whisper. If you succeed, they'll speculate. If you are vulnerable, they'll judge. If you are strong, they'll criticize. So stop adjusting to please an audience that doesn't even know your full story. The image you are chasing will never love you back. But your truth will carry you every day of your life. When you stop obsessing over how it looks and start focusing on how it feels, that's when you unlock real freedom. That's when peace becomes louder than performance. You have been chasing approval like it's a paycheck. You measure your worth by how much people like you, how much they compliment you, and how many likes you get. But here's the truth. Approval is addictive, and it never lasts. It fades faster than peace and costs more in the long run. It's a moving target that keeps you tired, insecure, and constantly questioning yourself. When you start choosing peace over approval, everything changes. Your decisions become clearer. Your self-respect goes up. Your anxiety goes down. You start moving from a place of purpose, not pressure. You don't second-guess yourself every 5 minutes. You stop asking for permission to be who you already are. That's freedom. People-pleasing is a prison with invisible bars. You'll serve a lifetime sentence if you don't walk out, and the door's been open the whole time. Walk out of the need to be liked. Walk into the truth that you are already loved, already worthy, already enough. Approval can't give you that. Only peace can. When you start chasing peace, you won't care who unfollows you. You won't care who misunderstands you. You won't panic when someone disapproves. Because your inner world will be so grounded, the chaos outside won't shake you. That's real power. The kind that can't be taken, only cultivated. You have got to decide today, do you want to be impressive or do you want to be whole? Do you want to be liked for who you are not or loved for who you are? You have been playing small because the room feels too big. You walk into spaces and immediately shrink, like you have to apologize for being present. You doubt your voice, question your worth, and try to blend into the background just to keep other people comfortable. But here's what you need to hear. You belong. You wouldn't be in that room if God hadn't already made room for you. You don't need permission to show up fully. You don't need to act less smart, less confident, less gifted just to fit in. You were designed to be invisible. You were designed to have an impact. And impact doesn't whisper. It doesn't shrink. It shows up loud, clear, and unapologetically. It doesn't ask for permission. It walks in with purpose. Stop second-guessing yourself when you speak. Stop rehearsing every move out of fear of rejection. You are not here to impress them. You are here to fulfill your assignment. And assignments don't come with approval ratings. They come with responsibility. When you know what you carry, you stop apologizing for the weight of it. When you stop believing that taking up space doesn't mean you are arrogant. It means you know your value. It means you know what you have survived. It means you understand that being humble doesn't mean being silent. You can walk in confidence and still lead with kindness. You can stand tall without stepping on anyone. But shrinking won't protect you. It only delays your destiny. You have got to stop filtering yourself to fit their expectation. If your light makes people uncomfortable, that's not your fault. Some people are used to darkness. Your presence just reminds them of everything they have buried. Let them adjust. Don't be dumb to make them feel better. Take up space and let your light do what it's meant to do. The room you're in, you earned that. Whether through sweat, sacrifice, or survival, you earned it. Stop letting imposter syndrome convince you otherwise. You don't need more qualifications. You don't need more approval. You need more belief in the truth that you are already enough. And your existence doesn't need to be validated by anyone else in the room. You belong in every conversation where purpose is present. You belong at every table where truth is spoken. You belong in every room that holds your next breakthrough. Walk in like it, speak like it, live like it. You don't have to argue with everyone who misunderstands you. You don't have to explain your choices to people who aren't living your life. Not every comment deserves a clap back. Not every accusation needs a defense. Sometimes silence is the most powerful response you can give because peace is too expensive to waste on petty debates. There comes a point where you realize your energy is better spent building than battle. You have got goals to reach, faith to protect, a future to step into. If you stop to address every Indian, every hater, every doubter, you'll lose momentum. That's not pride, that's discipline. You are choosing not to bleed energy on people who weren't even supposed to be part of your journey. Some of the best growth happens when you stop responding. That's when you start hearing yourself more clearly. That's when you get to protect your clarity. Every time you choose silence, you are telling yourself that not every voice is worth your ears. Not every issue is worth your peace. Not every disagreement is worth your presence. People who are loud with noise usually lack direction. They want your attention because your silence threatens their control. They want a reaction so they can keep you in chaos. Don't give it to them. Keep your focus. Keep your stillness. Sometimes silence will make people more uncomfortable than words ever could, because silence doesn't give them anything to twist. You don't need to clear your name when God already knows your heart. You don't need to prove your intentions when your actions are consistent. You don't need to respond to false narratives when truth always outlives lies. Stay silent, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Let your silence speak for you while your work continues to echo louder than anything they could ever say. There's a difference between silence and suppression. You are not hiding, you are choosing peace. You are not scared, you are focused. You are not avoiding, you are protecting your purpose from unnecessary noise. You look around and it feels like everyone's ahead of you. They have got the house, the title, the relationship, the business, the picture-perfect life. And you are still figuring it out, still building, still healing, still trying. But hear this loud, you are not behind, you are becoming. There's no one-size-fits-all timeline when God is shaping your purpose. Comparison will rob you every time. It'll make you question your pace. It'll make you doubt your path. You'll start thinking you are late when really you are right on schedule, just not their schedule. The journey you are on isn't supposed to look like theirs. You are not running their race. You are walking a path that's custom built for your growth. Becoming takes time. It takes breaking, rebuilding, rethinking, and realigning. You are not just checking off boxes. You are transforming. And transformation can't be rushed. It's uncomfortable, it's slow, but it's also real. It's the kind of change that doesn't just look good on the outside, but creates peace on the inside. That's the kind of success worth waiting for. If you knew the weight of what you are being prepared for, you'd stop complaining about the delay. You'd stop calling it a setback and start recognizing it as a setup. The lessons you are learning now are preparing you for rooms you haven't entered yet. The discipline, the faith, the patience, all of it is shaping you into someone who can handle the blessing, not just receive it. You are not stuck, you are in process. And the process feels like pressure when you forget what you are becoming. Stop counting how far they have gone and start counting how far you have come. You may not be where you want to be, but you are not where you used to be either. That matters. That progress is proof that your story is still unfolding exactly how it's supposed to. You are not late, you are learning. You are not failing, you are forming. The world might not see your effort, but heaven sees your endurance. And that matters more than any post, title, or applause ever could. Keep going, keep becoming. The version of you are growing into is worth every delay, every detour, every silent season where no one's clapping but you. Don't let the timeline pressure fool you. You are not a product, you are a process. You are being built with care, shaped with purpose, molded with intention. And nothing that's being built to last ever come together overnight. You have made mistakes, you have faced setbacks, you have been knocked down. And sometimes it feels like your past is a heavy chain that's keeping you stuck. But let me tell you this right now. Your past does not own your future. The mistakes you made, the wrong turns you took, none of it defines who you are today or who you are becoming. It's easy to get trapped in regret, to replay the wrong decisions in your head over and over again. But what you fail to realize is that every moment, even the hard ones, is a lesson. Those mistakes didn't happen to destroy you. They happened to develop you. They happened to build the character and strength you have today. And that strength, that's what will carry you into your next season. Your past doesn't have to be a roadblock. It can be your stepping stone. The enemy will try to keep you in the past, whispering that you are not worthy of moving forward, that you'll always be defined by your failures. But you need to block that noise out. The truth is, your future is still unwritten. It doesn't matter what you have been through, what you have lost, or where you have stumbled. You have the power to rewrite your story every single day. If your past were perfect, you wouldn't be as strong as you are now. You wouldn't have the grit, the resilience, or the understanding of what it takes to bounce back. Your scars are proof that you survived. They are proof that you didn't let the past defeat you. And if you didn't let the past defeat you, then why would you let it define your future? It's time to start using your history as an excuse to hold yourself back. Stop believing that your mistakes will always be a weight on your shoulders. Yes, they happen. Yes, they hurt, but they don't get to control your destiny. Your future is full of possibilities, of new opportunities, of growth. And you get to choose who you become next. not the version of you from yesterday. The past is a chapter you have closed, but the future is an open book waiting for you to write your next chapter. Don't let the ink from your past bleed into the pages that are meant for your future. You are not the sum of your past experiences. You are the promise of what's to come. The future you have always dreamed of is waiting for you to step into it. You have been forgiven. You have been redeemed. Now it's time to forgive yourself, to stop living under the weight of what you were, and to fully step into who you are becoming. Your future isn't a reflection of your past mistakes. It's a testament to your ability to overcome, to learn, and to grow. You have been trying to rescue everyone around you, trying to fix their problems, carry their burdens, and somehow make their pain your responsibility. But here's the harsh truth you need to accept. You can't save everyone. You don't have the power to change someone's life if they are not ready to change themselves. You can offer guidance, you can offer love, but you can't force healing on anyone who isn't ready to receive it. The pressure you are putting on yourself to fix people is weighing you down. It's draining your energy, taking away your peace, and leaving you frustrated when you see no change. You have to realize that not everyone is in the same place of growth, and not everyone is willing to do the work that's needed. You can't do the work for them. You can't run the race for them. You can only walk beside them, but they have to decide if they want to take the steps. It's tough, I know. We want to help. We want to love deeply, but sometimes the most loving thing you can do is let people face their challenges. Let them make their own decisions, even if it hurts to watch. The growth path is personal. People grow when they choose to, not when you force them to. Your job isn't to be their savior, it's to be a support system when they're ready to rise. The truth is, your constant efforts to save others may be keeping you stuck. You can't move forward while you are always looking back to pull someone else along. Your journey needs your full attention. You have your purpose, your mission, your dreams. You can't keep putting everything on hold to save people who aren't ready to save themselves. It's time to prioritize your peace and your path. Some people will never appreciate the help you offer. Some will take and take but never change. It's a tough pill to swallow, but you have to accept that you can't fix everything and you can't fix everyone. If they want to stay in the same toxic patterns, that's their choice. Your responsibility is not to carry their baggage for them. Your responsibility is to walk your path with strength and clarity. You can still love them. You can still pray for them. But at some point, you have to release them. When you stop carrying everyone else's burdens, you start to make room for your blessings. You start to focus on your growth, your progress, and the future that's waiting for you. Saving others isn't your job. Saving yourself is. Let go of the guilt that comes with not being able to save everyone. Stop carrying the weight of their struggles on your back. You have enough on your plate, and you are allowed to say no. You are allowed to set boundaries. You are allowed to put your peace first. You don't have to be the answer to everyone's problem. Your healing is just as important as theirs. You are waiting for the perfect moment. You are waiting for the right amount of money, the right amount of knowledge, the right connections, the right amount of confidence. But I'm here to tell you that moment doesn't exist. The perfect time will never come. You can wait forever for the stars to align, but nothing will happen until you take the first step. You have to start before you feel ready, before you feel like you have got it all figured out. Waiting until you feel ready is a form of procrastination. It's fear disguised as preparation. It's your mind convincing you that you need to be fully equipped before you even try. But that's not how growth works. Growth happens on the job. It happens when you're in the trenches, when you are making mistakes, when you're learning by doing. You can't wait for the ideal moment because the moment will never be ideal. You have got to jump in and figure it out as you go. The reason you are holding back is that you are afraid of failing. You are afraid of not being perfect, of looking foolish, of making a mistake. But here's the thing, failure is part of the process. It's not something to avoid, it's something to embrace. Every failure is a lesson. Every mistake is an opportunity to grow. The only way you get better is by failing forward, by doing things you are not fully ready for. Perfection is a trap. It's a lie that will keep you stuck. Perfection doesn't exist. There's always something more you could learn, always something more you could perfect, always a new skill to acquire. But if you wait for all the pieces to fall into place, you'll never get started. You'll be paralyzed by the belief that you have to be perfect before you can even begin. But what's worse than starting imperfectly is never starting at all. The world is waiting for you to show up. The opportunity is already here, and it's time for you to grab it. Don't let fear of imperfection stop you from taking action. Don't let the voice of doubt convince you that you need to be perfectly prepared. You don't need to know everything, you just need to start. The skills will come, the confidence will come, the clarity will come, but only if you start first. Imagine where you could be a year from now if you'd started today. Imagine the progress you could have made if you'd stopped worrying about being ready and just taking that first step. You can't change the past, but you can change the present by taking action now. Stop waiting for the right moment and make this moment the one that counts. Your future self will thank you for it. You'll never feel fully ready, and that's okay. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to trust that you are capable. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start and trust that the next step will reveal itself when you get there. Keep moving forward, even when you are not sure of the path. The journey begins with the courage to take the first step, not the confidence to take the perfect one. You have made mistakes. We all have. You have done things you regret, said things you wish you could take back, taken paths that didn't lead where you thought they would. But here's the truth. You are not your mistakes. The choices you made, the things you did in the past, they don't define who you are today. You are not a reflection of your worst moments. You are not a prisoner to your past decisions. It's easy to get stuck in the shame of your mistakes, to let the guilt from the past cloud your vision of the future. But when you keep identifying yourself with what you have done wrong, you rob yourself of the chance to grow. You tie yourself to a version of you that's stuck in the past, and you can't move forward if you're still living in a place that doesn't exist anymore. Your mistakes are part of your journey, but they don't have to be your identity. The truth is, mistakes are just that, mistakes. They are lessons, not labels. They are stepping stones, not dead ends. If you learn from them, if you rise above them, they can't control your future. You don't have to wear the weight of your past on your shoulders. Let it go. Take the lesson and leave the shame behind. You are allowed to move on. You are allowed to be better. You are allowed to learn and evolve. You are more than what you have done. You are more than what you have been through. You are more than what others might say about you based on your past actions. People will try to label you. They'll try to put you in a box, but you have the power to break out. The only person who gets to define you is you. And if you keep letting your past mistakes define you, you'll never see the person you are meant to be. When you stop seeing yourself as your mistakes, you open the door to growth. You start to see your true potential, not as a reflection of past failures, but as a promise of what's to come. Every day is a new opportunity to move away from who you were and step into who you are becoming. Stop letting the shadows of your past hold you back from the light of your future. Forgiving yourself is one of the hardest things you'll ever do, but it's also one of the most freeing. You have to let go of the guilt, the shame, and the judgment you have been holding on to. When you forgive yourself, you free your spirit to move forward. You release the emotional chains that have kept you stuck. You become the person you were always meant to be, not the person you once were, but the person you are becoming. Your mistakes are part of your story, but they don't get to write the ending. Only you can do that. Stop living like you are defined by your worst decisions. You are more than your mistakes. You're capable of more and you deserve more. Your future's waiting for you and it's full of opportunity, growth, and new beginnings. But you have to let go of the past to embrace it. You scroll through social media and you start looking at other people's lives. You see their achievements, their perfect moments, and their success. And in that instant, you start feeling inadequate. You start thinking that you are behind, that you are not doing enough, that your life isn't good enough. But here's the cold truth. Comparison is robbing you of your peace, your joy, and your sense of self-worth. Everyone's journey is different, and yet we're constantly comparing ourselves to others. We measure our success against someone else's highlight reel. You see someone else's success and think, why isn't that me? Why haven't I made it yet? But you don't see the behind-the-scenes struggles, the hard work, the sleepless nights. You only see the finished product. You don't know the price they paid to get there. The truth is, your journey is your own, and it's not meant to look like anyone else's. Your success isn't theirs. Your path isn't theirs. Comparing yourself to others only takes you further from your purpose. It distracts you from the unique vision you have for your life. When you are constantly looking at what others are doing, you miss the opportunity to focus on what you need to do. You lose sight of what's important to you because you're too busy worrying about what's happening in someone else's life. Comparison steals your joy by making you feel like you are not enough. It fills your mind with doubt, insecurity, and discontent. It tells you that you need more, do more, be more to measure up. But the truth is, you are already enough. You have everything you need inside of you to succeed. You don't need to be like anyone else. You need to be the best version of yourself. And that's where your power lies. You will never be able to run your race if you are constantly trying to race against someone else. You are on your timeline. Your goals, your success, your happiness, it will come when it's meant to. Comparing yourself to others only creates unnecessary pressure. You are measuring yourself by someone else's standards, not your own. The journey is personal. And just because someone else is ahead of you in one area of life doesn't mean they are ahead of you in every area. Everyone has their struggles, their battles. You are not seeing the full picture. The only competition you should be focused on is the one with yourself. The only person you need to compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Are you better today than you were yesterday? Are you growing? Are you learning? Are you improving? Those are the questions that matter. Stop measuring your worth by someone else's achievements and start measuring it by your progress. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you open the door to true happiness. You start to celebrate your victories, no matter how small they may seem. You start to appreciate your unique path and the lessons you have learned along the way. The only person you need to impress is yourself. When you stop comparing, you start feeling like you are missing out on something and start realizing how much you have. Your joy doesn't depend on someone else's life. It depends on you. We live in a world where everyone is chasing after success, status, and material things. People are flexing their money, their cars, their homes, and their careers. But let me tell you something. Peace is the real flex. Having peace in your life, no matter what's going on around you, is the ultimate form of strength. While everyone else is caught up in the chaos, you are calm, you are centered, and you are unshaken. That is true power. Peace doesn't come from external things. It doesn't come from having the nicest car or the most followers on social media. Peace comes from within. It comes from being comfortable in your skin, knowing who you are, and knowing that you are enough just as you are. You can have all the money in the world, all the accolades, all the recognition, but if you don't have peace, what do you have? You have nothing. Peace is the foundation that everything else is built on. The truly successful people are the ones who have peace in their hearts. They are not chasing after the next thing to make them feel better. They are not constantly striving for more to prove something. They have found contentment in their own lives. They have found satisfaction in the journey. When you have peace, you can walk through storms and still keep your head held high. You can face challenges and remain unbothered because you know that nothing on the outside can disturb the calm you have built inside. Having peace means you are no longer living for the approval of others. You are not trying to keep up with the latest trends, impress people who don't even matter, or live up to someone else's expectations. You have stopped playing the comparison game. You have stopped letting other people's opinions define your worth. Instead, you are focused on what's best for you. You have realized that the only validation you need comes from within. And that's the most freeing realization you can have. Peace also means letting go of drama and negativity. You don't have time for the toxic energy of others. You don't have time for people who are trying to bring you down or keep you in the chaos. You have learned how to protect your peace by setting boundaries, walking away from things that no longer serve you, and not letting negativity into your space. The real flex is not getting caught up in the mess, but staying focused, staying calm, and staying grounded in your peace. When you have peace, you don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to chase success for the sake of validation. You don't have to live up to anyone else's standards. You are already enough. Peace gives you the strength to say no when you need to walk away from situations that drain you, and to prioritize your well-being. You are not chasing anything. You are already whole. And that's the ultimate flex. The true test of success isn't in how much you have or how fast you are moving, but in how peaceful you are with where you are. You don't need to keep running on the hamster wheel of external success. The moment you find peace within yourself, you realize that nothing outside of you can define your happiness or success. Peace is the greatest accomplishment you can achieve. And when you have it, you have truly won. Perfection is a trap. It's an illusion that keeps you stuck in a cycle of self-doubt, self-criticism, and constant striving. You're never going to reach perfection because perfection doesn't exist. Every time you think you have achieved it, something else pops up and you start over again. This never-ending pursuit of perfection keeps you from fully experiencing the beauty of life as it is. Instead of constantly striving for an unattainable standard, embrace the messy, imperfect, beautiful journey you are on. When you let go of perfection, you free yourself to be real. You permit yourself to make mistakes, to fail, to try again. The pressure to be perfect is exhausting, and it takes the joy out of every accomplishment, every milestone, every moment. Instead of enjoying your achievements, you find yourself nitpicking, wondering if you could have done it better. That's no way to live. The real beauty in life comes from embracing your imperfections, from being authentic, from letting go of the need to look perfect and just being okay with showing up as you are. Letting go of perfection allows you to experience freedom in ways you have never imagined. You stop comparing yourself to other people who seem to have it all together, and you start embracing your own story. You realize that what makes you unique is not your flawless image, but your authenticity. The imperfections, the flaws, the struggles, they are all part of what makes you who you are. And when you let go of the pressure to be perfect, you make room for real growth, real connection, and real joy. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy. You don't need to have it all figured out to move forward. Life is about progress, not perfection. The only thing that matters is showing up every single day and doing the best you can, even if that means making mistakes and learning as you go. Your value isn't tied to your ability to get everything right. Your value comes from your willingness to keep moving, keep learning, and keep evolving. Perfectionism is rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not measuring up. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of trying to control everything and never feeling good enough. Letting go of perfection is about choosing courage over fear. It's about saying, I'm okay with where I am, and I'm going to keep moving forward regardless of the bumps along the way. When you let go of the need to be perfect, you make room for more peace, more joy, and more freedom. You are not the same person you were 5 years ago. You are not the same person you were a year ago. And that's a good thing. Life is about growth and change. You are always evolving, always learning, always becoming the person you are meant to be. But sometimes we hold on to old versions of ourselves, afraid to let go of who we once were, because we're worried people won't recognize us, or we'll lose our sense of identity. But here's the truth. The only thing that's constant in life is change. And it's okay to evolve. Evolving means you are growing. You are stepping into a higher version of yourself. It means you are letting go of old habits, old beliefs, and old ways of thinking that no longer serve you. It means you are ready to expand your mindset, take on new challenges, and embrace new opportunities. If you're the same person today that you were yesterday, you are not living to your fullest potential. Life is about progression, and you have the power to shape who you become. But that requires embracing change. There's a fear that comes with evolution. The fear of the unknown, the fear of leaving behind who you were, the fear of becoming someone different. But growth isn't about losing yourself. It's about uncovering the truest version of who you are. When you evolve, you become more aligned with your purpose. You start shedding the layers of doubt, fear, and insecurity, and you step into your power with confidence. The more you evolve, the more you tap into your potential, and the more you realize just how much you are capable of. Embracing evolution means you are not afraid to outgrow old friendships, old environments, and old mindsets. Sometimes, the people and situations around you can hold you back from becoming who you are meant to be. Evolving means being willing to walk away from things that no longer align with your growth. You can't stay stuck in a past version of yourself and expect to move forward. You have to let go of the old to make room for the new. This is not about rejecting who you were. It's about honoring who you are becoming. Don't be afraid to change your mind, change your goals, change your lifestyle. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to grow and shift in a way that makes you feel aligned with who you truly are. You are not locked into any one version of yourself. You are allowed to redefine your life at any time. This journey of evolution is yours to navigate, and it's a beautiful one, full of new opportunities, experiences, and lessons. The only thing that limits you is your willingness to embrace change. The more you embrace your evolution, the more you realize that change isn't something to be afraid of. It's something to celebrate. Every new version of yourself is a testament to how far you have come, how much you have learned, and how much you have grown. Evolution isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It's proof that you are constantly becoming, constantly learning, improving. You are a work in progress, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be. So don't hold on to old versions of yourself because you're afraid of what others will think. Don't be afraid to evolve and grow into the person you are meant to be. The world needs the person you are becoming. Embrace it, step into it, trust the process, and allow yourself to evolve. You are not who you were yesterday. You are who you choose to be today. And tomorrow is an opportunity to keep evolving into something even greater. It's time to stop hiding in the shadows. It's time to stop living quietly, to stop shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. Life is too short for that. You are here to make a statement, to show up, and to take up space. So live loud. Live with passion, with purpose, and with an energy that can't be ignored. You don't need anyone's permission to be who you are. The world is waiting for you to step into your power and make your voice heard. Living loud means being unapologetically yourself, even when the world tries to tell you to be quieter, to be more reserved, to tone it down. Forget that. The world needs your energy. The world needs your uniqueness. You don't need to conform to anyone's standards of what's acceptable. When you live loud, you live authentically. And that's the only way to truly connect with the world around you. The loudest thing you can do is be unapologetically yourself. All of it, in all your glory. And living free, that's a whole other level of power. Freedom is when you stop living for the opinions of others. It's when you break free from the chains of insecurity, fear, and doubt that have been holding you back for far too long. It's when you choose to live on your terms, not dictated by the expectations of society, family, or anyone else. Freedom is knowing that you don't have to answer to anyone but yourself. It's about taking control of your life and living it the way you were meant to. Living free means embracing freedom in every aspect of your life. It's about not being chained to past mistakes, to toxic relationships, to limiting beliefs, or to the idea that you have to follow a certain path. Freedom is knowing that you have the power to create the life you want without restrictions, without apologies. It's about letting go of the things that weigh you down and stepping into the life that's waiting for you. Freedom is not just about physical space, it's about mental and emotional space too. When you live loud and live free, you permit others to do the same. Your energy becomes contagious. Your boldness inspires others to step into their power. When you live with freedom, you encourage others to break free from their chains. You set the example that it's okay to be yourself, to take risks, and to live with purpose. And that's the kind of ripple effect the world needs right now. Don't hold back. Live loud, live free.